unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Welcome to the big show. He could go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Football Night in America, because we are coming to you live from the center of the universe, zip code 44092, from high atop the ridge at the beautiful campus of Wickliffe. My name is Frank Foti, as tonight the Wickliffe Blue Devils are hosting in game number 3 the Lions from Orange High School. Joining me here momentarily will be my good buddy Mark Tennant. Once I walk into the camera shot here. How you doing, folks? Doppler Devil radar says there's nothing in the way of nastiness that'll get in our way. 75 degrees. Beautiful night for football. The Devils, 1 win, 1 loss. Last week, a thrashing of St. John's. I think back when I was in high school, we used to say, let's kick Beulah in the Ashta, which is what the Devils did. So tonight they're going after win number 2, as they're up against a team that generally has played them very tough, as we've seen them as Chagrin Valley Conference foes over the years. And the Lions are here, and I'm sure that tonight they will be up to the test against your Wickliffe Blue Devils. Well, school's back in session, and if you have not had a chance, I got to tell you, the campus of Wickliffe is officially open. It is fabulous. It's beautiful. A lot of wonderful things are being said. Matter of fact, just earlier today, I had the opportunity to have lunch with Superintendent Joe Specia and Julie Ramos, and they were telling me that, like with anything new, they're working out some of the minor things, but in general, things have been going tremendously well in these first few days at the campus of Wickliffe. Mark will be joining me here momentarily. Just want to give, let's say, a technical disclaimer in advance, because last week we had some technical difficulties due to they don't have our Wi-Fi officially set up here. So we're having to go with alternative connection methods to get the signal back to YouTube and Facebook Live. So if things are a little weird tonight, please bear with us, as we hope to have those items ironed out in the not-too-distant future, and it's part of the breaking in of new things here at the campus of Wickliffe. So, but again, a beautiful night for football. I'm being our producer, director, co-host, brother from another mother is giving me guidance here, and we're looking forward to starting your Labor Day weekend off with a bang. And Mark, pretty cool. I guess maybe now people got to see all the craziness, So starting what hopefully will be a great Labor Day weekend for all of us, and maybe the Devils tonight can do their own version of their air show, but it's usually on the ground as things get rolling. Next week, the Devils will be back home. First time, I think, to my knowledge, that the first 4 games of the season move over more. Oh, I see. This is why we do it the way we do it. But Mark, we got to, once we get you on, I tell you what, why don't you walk in over here? Yes. And then give you a chance to say hello to everybody.
Oh. But I tell you what, when you have to kind of do something different, it's kind of challenging at times. And we were definitely technically challenged this evening. But good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wickliffe and high atop the ridge. And there's nothing left of our old high school, partner.
I know, bud. They've been posting most of this week, and I think either yesterday or today, the last of the building that we knew as Wickliffe High School has now been taken down, and they're continuing to basically what was the south part of the building, I believe, is where softball and baseball diamonds are going to go. But if you get a chance, you come along Rockefeller Road. It's already a different view.
Yep, it certainly is. A beautiful campus, though, but getting some things worked out technically. But as far as the football game we have this evening, it should be a good one, as the last couple of weeks have been. Talking with both coaches, Coach Rob Sonora of the Orange Lions, and hello to Lion Nation out there, folks that are tuned in to the webcast this evening. Welcome to Wickliffe. It should be a good game. We had Coach we'll have him on here for a little bit. Had a chance to talk to him down on the field a little bit. Had a chance to talk to him this week. And, it's young teams are not without their challenges, and we kind of know that with the Blue Devils. And so it's, we're still looking. They've got some really, really good threats on the other side of the ball in the Lions. And going to be talking about that. We'll be seeing it this evening. It'll be on display here in just about 20 minutes or so I can't wait.
Well, and Mark, as we've seen with the Devils, teams that are younger, sometimes it's a roll of the dice.
Right.
So some nights they come out and they're on fire, and then there's other nights the coaching staff could be getting gray hairs, so to speak.
Rather quickly.
Right. But this is a much more experienced Blue Devil team, and from what I understand, that I guess has been in a couple of the papers or what have you, things are looking good, and people are picking the Blue Devils more so with regard to tonight's ball game between the Lions and the Blue Devils.
Halftime, stick around for that. Of course, we'll have the marching bands, and I've always remembered that Orange has had a band. We don't see them just yet, but I've always remembered they did have one, but of course the swing band will be here as well for your entertainment here at halftime. So I think people are just kind of moving in, and let's just go ahead. Let's have a look at the field, Frank, and let's talk about both teams. We'll be able to hear from both coaches, and of course we'll come up with some starting lineups for you here in just a little bit. But over the last couple of weeks, boy, we, again, technically challenged, but I think there's no herky-jerky in the camera like we had a few weeks ago. Yay, we've got a new tripod. Yours truly, I went to cameraman school over the last couple of weeks, so we hopefully will have a really nice webcast for you, a nice picture as well. As you see right now, the Lions are on the field, and the Blue Devils are getting ready to go back into the locker room and last-minute preparations, and I'm sure the Lions will be here in just a little bit. Had a chance to talk with Coach Sonor this week, and people along and down the network, if you haven't had a chance to maybe see the Lions, if you're from Lion Nation and hadn't had a chance to see Orange, they run a 3-4 defense. They've got some really, really good players, some good seniors coming back on both sides of the ball. Henry Rickenbach is number 55. You'll hear from him. Austin Thomas tonight, number 6, Amir Barnes. Just some of the guys you'll be hearing from in the Orange over across the way, and we're looking forward to that. Last week, the Lions, first week they had a good win, and last week they really had a struggle against a really good team. Mineral Ridge, I believe, is who they played last week. But they had a couple of good plays on offense, and they're explosive. That's what these guys do. And actually talking with Coach Moulton, my brother Scott, who is the field announcer, was saying, these guys can pull off a couple of good plays. There's no denying that, and they're probably going to do that again tonight. They just have to mitigate and really reduce those types of big plays if the Blue Devils are going to be successful.
And Mark, that's the thing. Reflecting back to the first, week one, the thing that was a challenge for the Blue Devils was that being able to identify that single wing set and the Wildcat offense, which Ravenna Southeast basically ran the entire game. And it did throw the Devils' defense off a bit. So, that's the key, is being able to pursue and have that outside quickness. And we'll see if the Blue Devils are up to the test in tonight's contest.
Well, we certainly will. And I was actually just looking for the interview as well, and I think we have queued up. Here we've got Coach Rob Sonor. We, again, had a chance to talk to him. It's so nice to talk with the opposing coaches. Everybody's just been so great, just to give their time and so forth. And, it's a big game. It's early in the season, so it's we really appreciate it from Coach. And so, again, a little bit ago, we had a chance to visit with Coach Rob Sonor of the Orange Lions. Memorial Stadium, and we're happy to have Orange Lions head coach Rob Sonor with us. Coach, welcome to Wickliffe.
Thanks, Mark. Beautiful facility, beautiful night for football.
So as we talked earlier in the week, but as we get into the game this evening, first of all, your mindset, how'd the week of practice go, and then maybe the mindset going into the game this evening?
We had ups and downs with our week of practice. We finished strong. We've talked to our kids a lot about being focused and getting out to a better start than we did last week. And I think their minds are right, but they're kids, and, we'll see what we get.
So as we go through the broadcast and the webcast, let's just talk about the Orange offense first. Maybe some numbers and guys we're going to be talking about this evening, and talk about what they bring to the Lions to the game this evening.
Sure. It's important for me to start with our offensive line. We got some veterans up there: Austin Thomas, Brandon Wong, Henry Rickenbach, C.J. Gissentanner, who are returning starters and really anchor our offense. Then we have a lot of playmakers behind him. And, it's a pretty good combination, and hopefully we'll score some points. Alex Ford, number 2, our quarterback, has done a nice job. Eli Robinson, number 3, receiver, will try to get the ball in some creative ways. And we got a couple good running backs who can carry the ball. Number 5, Russell Ty, will be our starter, and he'll get a bunch of carries tonight.
So do you? It sounds like you got a bunch of guys, a lot of guys in and out and that kind of a thing.
Yeah. We're very fortunate right now that we have a lot of playmakers. The issue is a lot of them play on defense too, so they get gas. So we try to sub guys the best we can.
Awesome. But on the defensive side of the ball, let's talk about that.
Sure.
As you look at Wickliffe and your guys, what are you looking for this evening?
Yeah, so I said to you earlier in the week that Wickliffe always just is a tough matchup with their newest version of the wing tee, and I know Coach Knackley well, and I've been hearing about and seeing the wing tee for a long time. And it's a good challenge. It's a fun challenge for our kids, and we got to be disciplined. We got to stay home. And again, Wickliffe has a lot of good football players.
So when you look at the film, first of all, from the offensive side, and look at their defense, not really saying too much and just what your game plan is, but do you see some opportunities for your guys tonight where your kids can really kind of shine in some moments?
Yeah, we're going to try to use our athleticism. While they have good athletes over there, we believe in our athletes, and we're going to try to utilize that.
Same on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, we got to stop the run, and it's going to be tough to do, but, we prepared our kids well, and we'll see what they can do.
All right, Coach Rob Sonor of the Orange Lions. Thanks so much. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that tonight is Wickliffe Youth Football and Cheerleader Night here at Wickliffe Memorial Stadium. We are pleased
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, on the field, as always, on a Friday.
football
being focused and getting out to a better start than we did last week. And I think their minds are right, but they're kids, and we'll see what we get.
So as we go through the broadcast and the webcast, let's just talk about the Orange offense first. Maybe some numbers and guys we're going to be talking about this evening, and talk about what they bring to the Lions to the game this evening.
Sure. It's important for me to start with our offensive line. We got some veterans up there: Austin Thomas, Brandon Wong, Henry Riggenbach, CJ Gisson-Tanner, who are returning starters and really anchor our offense. Then we have a lot of playmakers behind them. It's a pretty good combination, and hopefully we'll score some points. Alex Ford, number 2, our quarterback, has done a nice job. Eli Robinson, number 3, receiver, which I get the ball in some creative ways. And we got a couple good running backs who can carry the ball. Number 5, Russell Ty, will be our starter, and he'll get a bunch of carries tonight.
So it sounds like you got a bunch of guys, a lot of guys in and out and that kind of a thing here.
Yeah. We're very fortunate right now that we have a lot.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
Captain from both teams has just been at midfield, and Orange will be receiving tonight's opening kickoff. And make sure you get your 50-50 raffle tickets. We have representatives from the Wickliffe Band Boosters walking around the stadium today selling those 50-50 raffle tickets. We will announce the winning number just before the start of the third quarter. Again, make sure you get those 50-50 raffle tickets. And while you're at it, make sure you stop by the concession stand, which is located on the home side.
Well, hopefully, folks, we've got our video feed back. Like I mentioned earlier at the top of the webcast, we are having to utilize alternative connection methods to both Facebook Live and YouTube. So we apologize if some of the video feed is not, or some of the audio is not what we're used to being able to provide to you. So if you can, please bear with us. We are about 15 minutes from kickoff, and what I think I'm going to do right now is just, I think the band is going to take the field here for the national anthem and the alma mater, and we'll be back at the time of kickoff to bring you the play-by-play for tonight's game between the Orange Lions and your Wickliffe Blue Devils.
Valley Conference promotes wholesome interscholastic competition and sportsmanship among its member schools, students, fans, and athletes. The CBC expects everyone to adhere to its sportsmanship standards, which include respecting everyone always, demonstrating leadership, taking responsibility, being a role model, and encouraging others. The CBC will not tolerate harassment or discrimination of any type from any players, coaches, or fans. On behalf of the Chagrin Valley Conference and its member schools, we ask you to practice these core values of sportsmanship, and we thank you for your support. The officials assigned to tonight's game are approved by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their important role in this interscholastic competition. Your officials this evening are your referee, Mr. Steve Mahazanek, your umpire, Mr. Pete Rivera, line judge, Mr. Brian Johnston, head linesman, Mr. Paul Mahazanek, and back judge, Mr. Phil Shivan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for both teams, beginning with the visiting Orange Lions. We will introduce the starting defensive unit for Orange, beginning with a senior defensive back, number 1, Cameron Evans.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Junior defensive back, number 3, Eli Robinson. Also a junior defensive back, wearing number 4, Jacob Yesapeda. Senior defensive lineman, wearing number 55, Henry Ringenbach. A junior defensive lineman, number 74, Brandon Wong. And a junior defensive lineman, number 76, Austin Thomas. The head coach of the Orange Lions is Mr. Rob Sinar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting offensive unit for your Wickliffe Devils. Beginning with a sophomore running back, wearing number 3, Jimmy Beaster. A junior wide receiver, number 8, Logan Ruskin. At quarterback is a senior, wearing number 9, E.J. Mester. At a running back position is a senior, number 10, Kate Bonadio. The tight end is a senior, number 22, Noah Dome. A running back and a senior, number 33, Bobby Plum. Along the offensive line for Wickliffe is a sophomore, number 50, Gio Martinez. Senior, number 59, Ryan Quinn. Junior, number 62, Lucas Marty. Junior, number 67, Ryan Meissner. And a sophomore, number 78, Nathan Abrasino. The head coach of the Wickliffe Blue Devils is Mr. Mark Costello. And here are the rest of your Wickliffe Blue Devils.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give this a shot here after Mark and I have basically been wrestling with YouTube and Facebook Live. So hopefully it appears that we've got things operating. And as I said at the top of the webcast, if you were with us, please bear with us as we're battling back through some of the early goings of the getting the technical things set up with regard to our webcast. So we're about ready to get the game underway. Orange will be receiving. They are out on the field, and they're going to be going from left to right on your video screens. Looks like Eli Robinson is back at about the 20, flanked by a couple of his teammates. The Devils in their home all blue jerseys and blue game pants, as Zivnoska is going to be teeing it up. We're about to get underway here. Also back there is Ty Russell for Orange, and I'll get you another name and number here of the Orange Lions that'll be back to receive the opening kickoff. So about ready to get underway here. Glad to have you with us. We apologize for some of the technical challenges, but such is life as we're going to get rolling here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Zivnoska guys a little pooch kick that's going to get fielded at about the 40, and the Orange Lion who received it there as Brandon Wesley was able to advance it out to the Orange 49-yard line, where they will start 1st and 10 on their 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Orange, as they're going to have their first possession, and excellent field possession practically at midfield, and they operate, appears to be out of a shotgun. As waiting there to take the snap was number 2, completes the pass. That was Alex Ford, the quarterback, and he completes it out there to Jake Vallone. And he gets across midfield as Mester and Bonadillo were there to bring him down. A gain of close to 10. Looks like it's going to be a second and a less than a yard.
Hey, Frank.
Mark?
I'm back here. We don't have Facebook this evening. It seems like we do have YouTube, but we don't have Facebook. Sorry about that. If you know anybody that may be watching Facebook, tell them to come over to YouTube and to catch the game.
So Ford takes the snap, was looking to throw, basically rolls out to his left as he gets the first down and more, down to about the Wickliffe 33, as Logan Ruskin was there to bring him down.
Kind of got outside there, and Logan was able to come up and make the stop. And actually, I think he was the only one between the court Russell and then the end zone. So nice play by Logan.
So they set up in a bit of an eye there, as Ford is your in shotgun formation. He's got Russell Ty in the. They fake the handoff to him, and off to the races there, and a touchdown. Early going here for Orange as Alex Ford faked the handoff up the middle and took off around the left side and was able to get into the end zone for Orange.
And actually, Frank, that was the exact same play they had run the play before, where they had gotten the first down. So they see something on that side of the Wickliffe defense that they like, and looks like Coach Sharp and the Devil coaches will have to shore that up. Meanwhile, there's a fumbled kick, muff kick, and tried to, number 2, that would be Alex Ford trying to throw it into the end zone, and he was tackled. So the kick is no good. And number 3 for the Blue Devils, Jimmy Feaster, was on the play from that muff snap on that extra point attempt. So 6-0 Blue Devils, 10:38 to go with some little bit of technical difficulties here. We sure hope everybody down the line on YouTube can hear us. We're still working on the Facebook signal. Right now, we're just on YouTube Live.
So in the early goings there, basically a minute and a half off the clock, and Orange was able to strike first as they started from their own 49, completed a pass, and a couple of runs there by their talented quarterback, Alex Ford, the senior, the last of which was a 33-yard touchdown run to get the Lions on the board early. So heading deep now for Wickliffe, as they'll be going from right to left on your video screens, as they've sent 3 back deep at about the 10-yard line. As Orange on a high end-over-end kick. It's going to come down there to number 11 for the Blue Devils. That's Zivnoska. has a nice return as he gets out over the 30 to close to about the 34-yard line. And that was Chris Buckley who did the kicking there for Orange, and he was the one who was trying to attempt the point after there. And again, a bad snap is what sent that one awry. So the Devils now, their first offensive set, they're going to start 1st and 10 from their 35 as E.J. Mester takes the snap, as gives a handoff there. And here's somebody whose name we're going to be calling quite a bit, Jimmy Feaster. The sophomore, he gets ahead over the 40 to about the 43, where it looks like Samuel Gisnatner.
Gissendanner.
Is that it, Gissendanner?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry there, folks, to bring him down. So it's going to be 2nd and 3. The Lions bunching up on the line. They're expecting the Devils to run out of the, as Mester goes now up under center. And quick handoff up the middle, over right guard. And
Nunzio.
He gets ahead for the first down as he gets over the 45 to about the 46. Clock running, just under 10 minutes if you're just clicking in. Devils down 6-0 as the Devils in their first possession here on this beautiful Friday night, start of Labor Day here from the where Friday Night in America gets started. From high atop the ridge as Mester's in the shotgun, gives it to Bobby Plum, breaking tackles. He gets out to about the 50-yard line, sweeping on the right side there. Good gain there of about 4.
Russell Ty and Eli Robinson were over there on that play, Frank. And it looks like they might see something on that side because I think they continue to go over there here in this series.
They seem to be bunching the line there, Mark, trying to stack it. Get a little movement. Got some movement there.
It's number 55. That was Henry Riggenbach.
And 74, the class of 74.
Brandon Wong as well.
As that's going to give the Devils, move it into Orange Lion territory down to about their 45. So this is one of those downs where 2nd and 1, you can do quite a bit. But looks like the Devils going to stick with what they called as Mester's in the shotgun. He's got the full wing there. He's trying to get it to Feaster, who tries to get wide left, but excellent pursuit there by number 50, Gissentanner.
Yep.
Gissentanner there to bring him down. A loss of about 1 on that one. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for Wickliffe on their opening drive here after Orange was able to get in the end zone on about 4 or 5 plays on their first possession. 6-0 Lions early going. And it looks like Mester now changing the play. He's in a shotgun. Looks like he's got Feaster in the pistol behind him. And on a delay, and Mark, I'm wondering if Feaster was supposed to take it, and then Mester just figured, I'm going to take it myself. I think he's got the first down as he went over left tackle, and yes, he does, as he gets just inside the, said about the 43 and a half of Orange.
You know what, Frank? When we actually have seen that play a few times, and we thought that it might be a broken play, but I think that's a design where they just think and they're going to freeze those linebackers, and then EJ just takes off right on the left side and he's able to get that first down.
Well, on a delay, there's Zivnaska, who was under good pursuit, broke a number of tackles inside the 40 down to about the 34-yard line. Nice run there as they were able to spread it out to the right side, and it took a host of Lions to bring him down. I think in there was Amir Barnes was one of the guys there for the Lions. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 once again for the Blue Devils. They're on the march here in their first possession here on this beautiful Friday night to start the Labor Day weekend here from 44092. This time they've got the Devils down in like a 3-point stance and breaking tackles. He's got a first down and then some. As Jackson, Mark, not that often you see that the eye back for Wickliffe down in a 3-point stance. But a different look there as the Devils were able to make it happen. Got over right tackle.
Seems like Coach Purcello, they kind of do add a wrinkle or two every single week that maybe it hasn't been put on film yet, and I think that's one thing we haven't seen yet this year.
I think you're right. The Devils send one wide to the right side. They stay in a very tight formation as a handoff. I'll get you a name and number here in a second. Zivnaska. Once again, they were trying to bottle him up in the backfield, but he was able to get ahead for a gain of about 2, down to about the Lions' 30-yard line, as he was able to, make his way out of what would have been a loss on the play there on the left side and turned it into some positive yardage. Devils break the huddle. This time they're going to send wide to the Logan Ruskin, wide to the left side. And Zivnaska again on the handoff. Good pursuit there by the Lions as he gets out over left tackle. And in there quickly was there for the Lions was Amir Barnes. Limit that gain there for Wickliffe about 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Devils. This time they're going to go with a hurry-up offense. And that wing tee out of a shotgun formation. Hester on a long snap count. I think he's probably changing the play. The Lions bunching up on the line as Mester completes a pass for a first down to Zivnoski's inside the 20 and run out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
That was a nice play where Nunzio just kind of swung out over down to the right flat there, and EJ was able to put it on him enough for the first down. And it looks like, the Blue Devils are moving. Not as flashy, but we'll just take a nice long possession as they move down the field, Frank.
Mark, the key is if you can move the ball and do things in a positive way and get it in the end zone, especially once you're in the red zone like they are now, that's all that really matters. So it's 1st and 10 Wickliffe, 4:40 to go in the first half. Mester's going to keep it himself this time. He fights his way over left tackle down to about the 16, and in there was number 16, Jake Vallone, to help bring down the quick quarterback for the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
Number 50, Sam Gissentanner, kind of just sat on him once EJ was going down. Kind of was a little amusing there.
So we've got 2nd and a long 6. EJ up under center. Handoff, Ralph Jackson busting through tackles. He's inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line on a wonderful play. Good blocking there. Opened up a nice hole over between right guard and tackle.
Chris Tables was the one who brought him down. If he hadn't brought him down, it would have been a touchdown.
Right. So it's 1st and goal. Devils, they're inside the 5. Moving the ball here on their first possession. Jackson now in the I position, down in the 3-point stance. He's got the handoff. He's fighting. He's down near the goal line. And he's going to be just shy of the goal line as once again on that tackle there, Austin Thomas for the Orange Lions. So this one should be a good matchup tonight. Two teams that generally play well against each other. Doesn't matter if it's here or if it's in Orange Township, as the Lions are out to a 6-0 early lead, and the Devils are knocking on the door as EJ basically takes the snap behind center and into the end zone for the Wickliffe Blue Devil touchdown. So with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter, the Blue Devils have answered, as now on to try the point after for the Blue Devils is Eliza Wills, who's very capable, and it'll be out of the hold of number 33, Bobby Plum. They'll set the ball down at about the 10-yard line. The snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. The Blue Devils have taken the lead by a score of 7-6, and here's your fight song. So with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter, the Blue Devils have taken the lead 7-6. Once again, we do want to say that we have been experiencing some data challenges with our connection tonight with regard to both YouTube and Facebook Live. Please bear with us as we'll see. Hopefully everything works itself out. The Devils on a squib kick as the ball is loose.
And they got it.
And it looks like the Blue Devils have got, as they set up and have done basically an onside kick. They've pulled it off many times, just waiting to. It looks like Wickliffe came up with the ball.
Oh, they did, unless they lost it in the in the pile.
Yet we've yet to see an indication from the officials as to who has the ball. The Blue Devils do have the ball. So Wickliffe, a little bit of chicanery there, caught Orange, caught the Lions a little bit napping there and pulled off the onside kick, and they will now have it once again on offense. 1st and 10 in Lions territories. They'll have it at the Orange 43-yard line. Mester in a shotgun as basically takes the snap, bobbles the snap, and gets ahead down to close to about the 40-yard line on what appeared to be a bit of a broken play. Probably was going to throw into the left flat, but they turned it into a positive gain anyhow. Gain of 2 on that play. As Amir Barnes, one of the linebackers, was in there to help run him out of bounds on the left side. So the Devils send Ruskin wide to the right side. Everybody else in tight in that wing T. Jackson up the middle on the right side of the center as he gets inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line, as Austin Thomas was the key guy there to bring him down. So 3rd and 5 for Wickliffe as they break the huddle. Logan Ruskin goes wide to the right side. Mester now is in a shotgun. He's got Jackson in the backfield to his left. Movement, and we're going to get a flag as it's going to look like encroachment by the Lions. A second time, and we'll see if that'll be enough to give the Devils a first down or if it'll make it just shy of the first down. So it's going to take it down to just inside the Orange 34. Yep, it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. They've got to get to the 33, and the ball is about half a yard shy of that. Minute 50 to go in the first quarter. If you're just clicking in, the Devils have taken the lead 7-6, and then on the ensuing kickoff, we're able to surprise the Lions with an onside kick and recover it. And we'll see what they do here on this 3rd and short. I'm going to guess it'll be Hester up the middle. It is. He's got the 1st and more. Keeps those feet moving. Wow. EJ is like a machine. He's inside the... EJ probably from the point of contact to where they brought him down, Mark, it looked like EJ got another 5 or 6 yards.
He did, definitely. And it was just, and Mitchell Lindsay, the tackle, is out this evening, and instead in his place is number 76, Nathan Brissar, and doing a really, really good job and being able to get a grind out that first down.
Yes, they did. Mester up under center this time. Again, Jackson trying to get, still on his feet as he was trying to go over right guard. The Lions were able to string him out, and looks like he's going to, we'll call it no gain on that play, as Gisson-Tanner, the senior linebacker, was there to bring him down and basically, stuff that play basically right at the line of scrimmage. We're just under 40 seconds to go in quarter number 1 on a beautiful Friday night here from the campus of Wickliffe at Wickliffe Memorial Field. Devils near the red zone as they have it 2nd and 10. Mester's in the shotgun as snap over his head, and he's going to have to fall on it back at about the 37-yard line. And Mark,
I'll tell you what, last week, Frank, we really didn't have any problems with it. Really, from the second half on of the first game till just now, that really hasn't been a problem, but we have seen it in the past, and really at an unfortunate time.
Yes, So from what would have been where they started 2nd and 10, it's now going to be 3rd and 23.
That's the end of tonight's first quarter of play with your score Wickliffe 7.
And that is going to bring an end to the first quarter. As at the end of one, you've got the score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7, the Orange Lions 6. As when we get back to football, it's going to be 3rd and 23 for the Blue Devils at the Orange 36-yard line. They got to get down to like the 13 for a first down.
Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant.
Once again, we want to thank the Wickliffe School Alumni Association as they make it possible for the Worldwide Blue Devil Network to exist and to bring the home games of the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Tonight, if you happen to see down on the field, we have cheerleaders. Mark, I think we have cheerleaders from high school down to kindergarten. It's wonderful. A lot of blue and gold. This week, the campus of Wickliffe opened officially. On Tuesday of this week, school fully back into session as we're about ready to get things rolling here in quarter number 2. It's going to be 3rd and 23. They've got Jackson in a pistol formation as Mester's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. He's under pressure. He fires, and
He picked off.
it looks like it was picked off
Look at number 3, Eli Robinson.
as the pass was intercepted there by Eli Robinson at about the 25, where Orange now will start 1st and 10. So the wonderful field position that the Devils were able to achieve based from the onside kick after they scored, that opportunity goes by the wayside as it'll now ball go over to the Orange Lions as we're just underway here in quarter number 2. 7-6 your score. Devils on top. The Lions bring 2 wide to the left side, 2 wide to the right. Ford is in a shotgun, basically by himself. He's got a man in motion and is on a handoff there to number 6, who's breaking tackles. He's out over the 35-yard line. That's Amir Barnes, the ball carrier, was able to string it out as Metzger was able to bring him down. And Mark, the Lions had a line of blockers in front of Barnes on that run, and not much pursuit there by Wickliffe. So the Lions operate in, I think, in years ago, what Sam Weiss used to call like a sugar huddle. They've got 2 wide receivers that are not even in the huddle. They're wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. They've got Barnes basically in motion. Ford keeps it himself as he basically tries to get up right tackle, gets ahead, a gain of about 3, out to about the 40-yard line where Ryan Quinn was there to bring him down for Wickliffe. Be 2nd and 6. And nearly going there, Mark. Orange on offense, they've been able to spread the Wickliffe defense out and get some good yardage.
Well, I mean, it's actually not a secret that teams can throw on Wickliffe.
Well, they've got 2 wide on either side. Ford looking to throw. He sets. He fires. He completes it there to number 3 for a first down, Eli Robinson, as he's brought down at about the 49-yard line of Orange. And once again, the Lions are on the move here.
Frank, I talked with Coach, and we didn't have a chance just because of the technical problems we've been having. I talked to him before the game, and he was saying one of the keys that the Devils had to do with their defensive backs had to stick on those wide receivers and can't come up when the quarterback does want to run. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit of that, but he was able to get the pass out for the first down was Ford.
Ford looking to throw. He's got what looks to be a flanker screen there. They complete it as Cameron Evans, as he's run out of bounds eventually as Ruskin runs him out of bounds in Wickliffe territory.
And up before he got 5 yards, though, that's for
Right,
sure.
and in the early going here, Mark, it looks like the Lions have like a spread offense. You know, they're trying to spread it out by throwing the ball. Backs in motion to get wide. We'll see what they're going to do here again as Barnes goes in motion, set up as like maybe a blocking back. And they hand it, basically good pursuit there by Wickliffe as the handoff there went to Russell Ty.
Jimmy Feaster was up from that
And,
safety position, was able to make that stop for a very, very short gain. This is going to be an important third down. We're considering where the Lions are at the Wickliffe 45.
Yeah, they've got to get to just inside the Wickliffe 41 for a first down. You got to figure this is 2-down territory as the quarterback Ford operating out of a shotgun formation. We got motion,
And
that's going to be offsides on the Blue Devils, and that will gift the Lions a first down. So that'll move it down to the 40.
I think that was Bobby Plum who was a little anxious on that.
So with 9:11 to go here in the first half, clock running, the Lions with their second possession, they've got the ball and they're moving the ball as they're in Wickliffe territory at the 40-yard line of Wickliffe. This possession coming off an interception of the Blue Devils. Ford going to keep it, go up the middle. He's got a nice hold there. He gets down to about the Wickliffe. It looks like they're going to mark his forward progress down to about the 34.
Noah Dome was right in there. And I'll tell you what, the number 74, that group of linemen for the Lions, as Coach was telling us in the pregame, that was Brandon Wong with a nice push for a nice long 5.5, 6 yard gain for the Lions, Frank.
Yeah, Mark, thus far, what the Lions have been tossing at the Blue Devils, the Devils have been challenged to shut it down as it's going to be 2nd and 4. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 30 for a first down. A bit more of a spread set here. Ford and a one back in the backfield. Ford looking to throw. He sets, and it's going to be, I think it was tipped there by
Bobby Plum.
Ralph Jackson, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Oh, Noah Dome was able to put his hands on that as well, Frank. But I kind of thought that was an interception, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looked, they're very lucky it didn't become, an interception. So brings up here now a 3rd and 4. Again, a spread set for the Lions. Looks like Ford, the quarterback, is changing the play. He's got one back to his right as Ford looking to throw. He's looking for all of it as completes the pass, and it looks like the receiver, Eli Robinson, comes down with it in the end zone.
Over two Blue Devils. Able just to jump over the top of them with really, really good hands. And they gave him that touchdown. Robinson, just a very, very nice catch. Wonderful throw by Ford.
So 7:49 to go here in the first half. And the Lions strike again. And based on the personnel they have on the field, I'm going to guess that they're going to go for 2 on this for the points after. And, yeah, Markey put it up there, and there were 2 Blue Devils back there. I thought for sure somebody would at least either bat it away or come away with it. And the difference is that somebody did come away with it, and that was Eli Robinson, the wide receiver.
Coach Moulton, reminded us really before the start of the game that the Lions can put up some really, really exciting plays, and there's just no stopping it. You just have to minimize those big plays.
So a handoff up the middle there as
completely fooled the announcers and the Blue Devils, and Alex Ford was able to go over off tackle and just was untouched into the end zone for the 2 points. There is the Orange Band. The Lion Band finally arrived just a little bit ago. We'll be hearing from them at halftime.
So it's 7:49 to go. The Devils now find themselves in a 7-point hole by a score 14-7 as with 2 possessions, the Lions have been pretty much at will make their way down the field and get into the end zone. So possession number 3 for Wickliffe now will be upcoming, as going back deep for the Blue Devils, we have Logan Ruskin, E.J. Mester, and Nunzio Zivnaska. So Tanner Tuig has got it teed up for the Lions.
Nunzio to the near side, number 11, 3 deep for the Blue Devils.
Tuig, a left-footed kicker, basically a line drive that's going to get picked up there by Ruskin, as he's going to make it out to about the 25-yard line, and is brought down there by
number 14, I think.
Jordan Eason.
Yep.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe with 7:43 to go here in the first half, and the Devils find themselves in a 14-7 hole here in game number 3 of the 2023 high school football season. Old CVC rivals here between Orange and Wickliffe. Devils send Ruskin wide to the right side, as trying to break wide to the right side there.
I'm going to chase Bonadio.
Bonadio, and it looked like he slipped a little bit in the backfield. Gets ahead out to about the 27.5-yard line. As Gisson-Tanner, the talented senior linebacker for Orange, we've called his number a handful of times already here in the first half. Clock running, coming up on 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Mester is a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's got some positive yardage over the 30 to about close to 32. They're going to have to get to about the 35, as Thomas was there to bring him down. They're going to give it a gain of about 3 on that play. So it's going to be 3rd and 4, as the Blue Devils need to make the 35-yard line for a fresh set of downs.
Feaster was able to come to the near side and actually thought he was going to hand it off to him, but Mester was able just to fake it and turn it right up, and I think Coach Purcello probably wanted a little bit more than what he got on that with this 3rd and 4 here at their own 31-yard line.
This time the Devils, now we've got timeout being taken by Orange, as they probably saw something in the set by Wickliffe they didn't like. So with 6:23 to go here in the first half, your score, the Orange Lions 14 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7. Hopefully technologically we'll be back next Friday once again here at Wickliffe Memorial Stadium, as the Blue Devils will be hosting Crestwood, as their first 4 regular season games have started with home games, as the Devils will be, their homestand will complete next Friday here against Crestwood. As Mark mentioned before, at halftime we'll step aside to be able to enjoy the marching bands of both Orange and the swing band of Wickliffe. As the Lions are making their way back out on the field, the Devils still on the sideline huddle, getting last-moment instruction from Coach Purcello. Looks like now the Devils are going to have to take time out, as it appeared that Logan Ruskin wasn't set where they wanted him to be, and they'll regroup on the home sideline to basically iron out whatever communications needed to be with respect. Mark, something tells me that they probably have something up their sleeve that they want to try to make happen here.
Well, I don't know. What can you do on your own 31 with a 3rd down? We'll find out, though, here in just a couple of seconds. Nice crowd tonight. As always, the first couple of games, we had some really, really nice groups of folks here, just like this evening. Nice crowd, even a nice contingent from the Orange Lions side across the field. Once again, as Frank mentioned, we'll be hearing from both bands at halftime.
Mester looking to throw. They got a little screen pass, complete to Bobby Plum, who's a good pursuit there by Jacob Dissipata. And basically got a gain of 2, and this is probably going to put Wickliffe in a punting situation, as they're going to have it 4th and 2 at their own 33, as Logan Ruskin is in punt formation. Robinson back at his own 40-yard line. The Lions stacking the right side of the field in anticipation to probably try to get a block. And
they were going to fake it.
And oh boy.
They were going to fake it, and it got snapped over the head it was supposed to go. It looked like, I'm not sure if the center knew it was supposed to be a fake, but it looked like Logan Ruskin looked like he was just going to fake getting the ball, and it looked like it was supposed to be snapped to the up guy, but I'm not sure where the communication was, but it went over Ruskin's head, and boy, oh boy, the Lions are set up in really good field position, and kind of a blunder there on the Blue Devils' part, and not sure if the center knew what the play actually was and who the ball was going to.
Yeah, you're right, Mark, as Orange now is set up in the red zone at the Wickliffe 16-yard line. They've got a spread set again as Ford looking to throw. He's rolling to his left. He's going to keep it. And good pursuit there by number 59 for Wickliffe. Ryan Quinn was if he doesn't bring him down there, Mark,
right.
he was in the end zone.
It was a really nice tackle by Quinn, too, taking his feet out from under him like he did.
But a gain of 6 on that play. The Lions need to get to the Wickliffe 6-yard line. Just under 5 minutes to go, and a blunder there when you don't need it, as Orange has moved the ball somewhat at will here in the first half. As Ford puts Barnes in motion. Long count, and it's going to be Ford's going to keep it himself. He's going to get a head down to about, he's going to be close to the first down, where they're to bring him down. Blake Promozic, first time we're calling his name tonight, but the Lions are going to be set up 3rd and 1 at the Wickliffe 7-yard line. As, in the early going, Mark, like the first game on that second half kickoff where, Ravenna pooched it and Wickliffe just looked at it and allowed them to recover, and, they turned that into points. And this here,
it's a play there, a play here and a play there, it seems like, but boy, at the most unopportune time.
Agreed. So they've got a shotgun, some miscommunication for once the other way, as they tried to get the handoff to Russell Ty, who got tangled up with his quarterback in the backfield, and the Devils were able to bring him down back at about the...
Oh, wow, they're going for it.
Yep, they're going to go for it. They're at the 11. They got to get to the 6 for a first down. Long count, probably trying to draw the Devils offside. As
I think Coach is going to call a timeout here in just a second. I see Coach Senor on the far sideline standing there, and I think he's just waiting.
Basically, all the offensive players are looking to their sideline.
Timeout. And
we've got a timeout taken here with 2:57 to go here in the first half, as it'll be 4th and 5 for the Lions, and they're going to be set at the Wickliffe 11.
What that tells me, Frank, is they don't have an Eliza Wills that can make a field goal. They're not confident maybe somebody can make a field goal from there, so they're probably going to go for it. But I think they wanted to see where Wickliffe was going to line up on that and see also if they were probably going to jump. If they did, I'm not sure that would have gotten them the first down, but it would have gotten a heck of a lot closer to the first down marker that they could have ran a 4th and short. As it is right now, it's going to be 4th and 5, long 4, whatever.
My sense is we'll probably see some form of RPO from the Lions where, they spread that offense and allow the quarterback to make a decision. Does he find the receiver open or keep it himself, which they've done a couple times in the early going of this ball game.
And Ford can make this first down. He's that fast.
Yes, he is. He's very, elusive and fast. So the Lions making their way back to the field from the sideline huddle, and they are going to set up with a wide formation, 1 wide left, 2 wide right, 2 backs in the backfield to either side of the quarterback Ford. Now they swap them where they were set.
It's where the big boys up front are counting right here, Frank.
As basically a handoff.
There it is.
And into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's number 28.
Was E.J. Dowdle, a freshman. Dowdell, a freshman running back there as the Lions add to their lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Sharp can't be happy with that. I mean, first of all, being able to stop them on the last down and then being able to give up maybe not just the first down, but that touchdown, that could take the wind out of your sails.
Buckley on to try the point after. The kick is up. And it's a knuckleball that goes to the right and no good. So 2:50 to go here in the first half. The Lions push their lead out to a score of 20-7. Let's see if the Devils are able to make something happen here yet in the first half. And, one of the things that is to the advantage of Wickliffe is they will be receiving the second half kickoff. So this last score by way of Orange, aided by the blunder from Wickliffe on their 4th down where it looked like they were going to run a form of a fake punt. And
the center didn't get the word.
Yeah, didn't get the memo. So going back deep for the Devils, Nunzio's on the near side. Ruskin and the deep back at about the 10. And E.J. Mester on the far side. And teeing it up is Tanner Tuig.
Frank, just like the first game, it looks like the Blue Devils are going to play from behind. And they were able to get really, really close in the 4th quarter, but they can't really afford, with 2:50 to go, to turn this ball over again. They need to move this ball and keep it as they go into the locker room for halftime.
We have a line drive that's going to get picked up by Ruskin at the 15. He's across the 30, 35, 40. He's still on his feet across the 50. Wonderful return into Orange territory. Down to about the Orange 47-yard line as he shot right up the middle. As Kalig Hill, number 21, brought him down for the Lions. And if he doesn't bring him down, we were looking at a dart to the end zone. But Mark, probably a shot in the arm that Wickliffe needed as they start in Orange territory at the Orange 47-yard line with plenty on the clock to find the end zone. This time Feaster on a handoff as he goes wide to the left, cuts it back over left tackle, gets ahead over inside the 45 down to about the 42 as Gisson Tanner was there to bring him down. 2nd and 5 for Wickliffe as
Jackson comes in for Feaster.
Yep.
Lines up behind Mester.
And the Devils in a hurry-up offense. A snap goes down. Mester has to field it back at about the 48-yard line and basically get it to about the 47. So that's going to be a loss of 4. And Mark, tonight they're having trouble with the snaps. I mean, we've seen it on the twice on offense, on normal plays, and then on the fake punt.
Yep. Yeah, it's just been unfortunate. It's actually been good, as I said, from the second half on. Last week there didn't seem to be much problem at all, but here in the first half, the problem finds its way back to the offense.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9 as the Devils send 2 wide to the left side. Mester rolling to his left, looking to throw, looking, fires, and little low there as he was looking for Chase Bonadio.
Bonadio came down maybe on his shoulder a little hard as he was diving for that ball. He's back up.
So this one of those touchy things here, Mark.
And Chase just went down on one knee. He's going to try to get off the field. There he goes. He's coming off the field now. It feels better.
So this is one of these things, 4th and 9. If you don't get it, you're going to turn it over to Orange, and where they would end up with the ball, a minute something.
They have a timeout left as well.
Right. Devils send 3 wide to the left side. They've got 1 back in the backfield next to Mester. We got movement, and we've got a penalty, and it looks like, offsides.
That's going to help.
That'll buy some of the yardage back. Mester's got to be good with that cadence because that's the 3rd time tonight that he's been able to get him to jump. So from 4th and 9, it's now a much more manageable 4th and 4 as that moves it to the Orange 41-yard line.
Brandon Wong was the one who jumped off, and he was a little excited and mad at himself because he did that.
So 4th and 4 from the 41. Minute 24 to go here in the first half. Mester looking to throw. He's rolling left, fires, incomplete. He threw it. He threw it behind Ruskin. And that's going to turn the ball over on downs to Orange, and they're going to have a minute 19 to work with. And Mark, they've got a lot of tools in their toolbox.
Talk about the Lions.
That's right, as they're going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 41. They've got 1 timeout remaining.
Frank, and I don't know, and it's a high school level and this and that, but rolling to the left of a quarterback that's right-handed, it's got to come across his body and get a guy that's going to the side. I don't know. I'm just not sure about that play.
Unless you're Patrick Mahomes. Well, they've got 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Man in motion. Ford looking out over the defense. He's going to throw. He's rolling right. He sets. He fires. He completes. As there on the receiving end was number 16, Jake Vallone, out to about the Wickliffe 49-yard line.
And you see how Coach Senor gets Ford out so he can see over the line? Because he's not a big guy. And he's able to throw really, really well on the run as he was that time. And nice first down gain of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2 for the Lions.
Again, they're in a looks to be a passing setup. Ford rolling to his left this time under pressure. But he's going to take off, and he's got the first down and more. 40, he's going to run out of bounds at about the Wickliffe 39-yard line.
Really, really a nice heads-up play by Ford. Saw he didn't have anything, and then he just really used his athleticism to get out of bounds. And there, he was smart enough to get out of bounds instead of trying to head up and maybe getting tackled inbounds and having the Coach Senor use that last timeout. And they still have 1 timeout in the bank and 37 seconds left to go, and they're moving the ball.
Lions send, they've got 2 wide to the left side, 1 that's in the slot, 1 back in the backfield to the left of Ford, operating out of the shotgun once again. He's going to his left, he sets, he's firing, he's looking, he's firing long. This should be picked off, it is. That's Ruskin. Mark was right, he threw a wounded duck as that looked like
that's Ruskin. Logan
Ruskin picks it off, and he gets it back to the Wickliffe 45-yard line. So,
he was able to run and he was able to set his feet, but I'm not sure if that ball slipped out of his hand or what, because we've seen Ford. I mean, he drew a dime over to Robinson at the goal line for that 1 touchdown, and that was just a duck.
That was a duck.
That was just a duck.
So we'll see if the Devils are able to take advantage here. Wickliffe has 2 timeouts left, 25 seconds. And Mark, you're right. I I think if you're going to have to put the ball in the air, I would be rolling him to the right.
And then he could just run because he is fast.
Yep. They've got Ruskin wide to the right side. And Mester this time rolling to his right. He's under pressure. He evades. It looks like he's going to keep it. And he's going to be pushed down by Jacob Decepeda. And we've got timeout taken by Wickliffe.
And we have one more even after this. So Coach has a couple in the bank, just spent one of them. A lot of time, 18 seconds to go. And as you know, the Blue Devils and even the Lions, they could just pretty much score on some pretty explosive plays. But it's just that it's been all Lions here in this first half. And I got to tell you, Frank, that was a big play by Ruskin to make that interception, first of all. And it wasn't an incomplete pass because, it, as we said, he just Ford threw that up as a duck. Because they were really marching down the field in this game at half. It would have went to 27-7. The Blue Devils might have been in trouble. We have a little bit of life here.
Yep.
Especially if they can come down and score. Boy, the Blue Devils can come down and score here. We've got another timeout left as well. 18 seconds to go. So you got to think, 2 passes, right?
Right. And maybe possibly get, if you don't get in the end zone, maybe at least close enough to try, a field goal.
And Eliza can, she can do them 30, 35. She has been able to hit them, so they just get down there to the 25-yard line, able to stop the clock. I think they'll roll her out.
So Wickliffe making their way back on the field as they're going to set up. They got one wide to the left, one wide to the right. Full complement in the backfield. Mester looking to throw. He fires.
My God. He had Nunzio.
He had Nunzio open, and Mark, I wonder if Nunzio was just looking
before he had the ball. Because he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Right there at about the 25-yard line. Took all of 4 seconds.
And that's exactly where Coach put it, down near where Eliza could maybe come out and make a field goal if they had to, if he was able to get tackled. Because normally with 18 seconds to go, you don't throw the ball over the middle unless you're trying for that field goal. So Coach definitely has confidence in her to make a 35-yarder.
Well, the other thing is Nunzio there was no one behind him. Had they completed it, he might have been able to take it all away. Mester's looking to throw. And
he fumbled the ball.
He fumbles it. It's still rolling around on it looks like
the Blue Devils got it.
Yeah, Wickliffe's got it. Recovered there by Lucas Marty.
I don't know if he was carrying that like a loaf of bread or what, but one of the Lions was able to get a paw on it.
Mark,
and able to get that fumble.
With all of that rigmarole, that's going to bring us to the end of the first half.
I thought that was a pretty funny joke myself.
Mark, folks, he'll be here all week or weekend. Make sure you tip your waitresses. So, I guess there was a timeout with 1 second to go.
That's what I thought.
Now they're putting 3 seconds back on the clock as the Lions basically had taken off for the locker room, and they're now having to bring everybody back. But it's going to be 3rd and 4. The ball is going to be set. Have they even set the ball?
Yeah, right there at the 45.
So it's going to be 4th and 1. The ball is basically sitting, almost touching the 45-yard line of Orange. I'm going to guess that the Lions are going to play a number of center fielders back deep, as this play will conclude the first half. Although, no, Orange, they're setting up in their normal defensive set. Basically double.
And it's a flea flicker.
Flea flicker to Mester.
Runs out the clock.
As running him out of bounds there was number 3. Eli Robinson on the tackle. And that's going to bring the first half to a close, as the Orange Lions are on the upper end of this one thus far. Orange 20 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7. Mark and I are going to step aside. You could be able to enjoy the marching band of Orange High and then the swing band of Wickliffe, and we'll come back and catch you at the beginning of the third quarter.
gentlemen, Orange High School is proud to present the Orange High School Marching Lion Band under the direction of Mr. Brandon Duvall, Associate Director Mr. Jake Robinson, Lionette Advisor Mrs. Robin Smith Bonner, and Student Teacher Ms. Katie Johnson. Our first show of the 2023 season, entitled Dance Hits of the 70s, starts with the song September. Recorded by Earth, Wind & Fire in 78, September was certified gold, reaching #1 on the Hot R&B 100 and #8 on the Billboard Top 100. In 2016, a new version of the song was recorded by Justin Timberlake for the film Trolls. Take a listen as the Lion Band performs September. Originally released in 1976, it was re-recorded by Gloria Estefan and was featured in the movie Pitch Perfect. Take a listen as we perform Turn the Beat Around. We'd like to welcome our Orange Lionettes who are featured in the next song, Dancing Queen. Recorded by the group ABBA in 1976, Dancing Queen was the lead single on their fourth studio album, Arrival. Check out the Lionettes as the band performs Dancing Queen. We'd like to conclude our tribute to Dance Hits with YMCA. Recorded by the Village People in 1978, YMCA garnered worldwide acclaim. Check out the band dance and drum break as we conclude our dance hits of the 70s with YMCA. 76 anymore, and we're going to have to settle for Friday Night Fever instead of Saturday Night Fever, but we're sure you'll enjoy the way the band kicks off its show this evening with an enduring classic from the Tramps, Disco Inferno. Album Born in the USA needed a hit single, Bruce Springsteen stayed up all night and wrote the Swing Band's next song. 1 million copies sales later, well, it's safe to say that Bruce hit the mark. We hope you enjoy his iconic Dancing in the Dark. level, True Line Industries, and at the Platinum level, Call of the Wild Fund and Wickliffe Eagles Area number 4086. Thank you for your very generous support of the Wickliffe Swing Band. by the rock band Queen. We're not going to argue, and we don't think you'll argue with our rendition of the 1979 single, Don't Stop Me Now. Swing Band, thank you for your very kind attention to DC. Good luck to both bands and both teams this season, and as always, go Devils!
There you had a nice, entertaining halftime by both high schools. Good music. You even got Springsteen in there. Mark, the great Devils are playing the first half. Devils might need to be doing some dancing in the dark to get back into this one. As they find themselves on the short side, 20-7 on against the Lions of Orange, and a couple things. The Devils have kind of put themselves in the hole a little bit with a few miscues, but also they've not had an answer for the talented offense of the Lions as they run a nice spread offense. Their quarterback, their senior quarterback, number 2, Alex Ford, has been able to run the ball well and thrown the ball well. He's got a passing touchdown of about, I think, 23 yards in the first half where he put it up, and Wickliffe had 2 defensive backs back there, and in the meantime, Eli Robinson was the guy that came down with it in the end zone. So hopefully some adjustments have been made at the half, both for offense and defense, and we'll see what the Devils bring for the second half, as they will start the second half with the ball. Once again, I want to make mention, we've had some technical challenges these first few weeks, and if you're wondering why, basically in the past we've been able to make use of high-speed Wi-Fi that's here at the stadium, but with the new construction at the new campus, they've yet to be able to get the Wi-Fi enabled here at the stadium. So we're having to make do with some alternative connection methods, which at times has given us some challenges on both the YouTube channel and the Facebook Live channel. So we apologize for that as we're continuing to try to get to the bottom of this and hopefully have things worked out by next week's game, which will be here as the Blue Devils will be entertaining Crestwood in game number 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, some big high school games here around the area. Menor was traveling to Riverside, I believe, and Chardon was playing Avon Lake. Kirtland has a big game tonight. Lots of action around Northeast Ohio.
And another surprising one this season, Shaker Heights 2-0. They're hosting Solon tonight, and that's a big one. So, yeah, there's some good high school action going on tonight, and, you know, a lot of season yet to be had, but still, you know, you want to garner up those computer points as best as possible, even from the get-go, and the Blue Devils have some work to do as we're about ready to get things going here to start the second half. Sun is down, a beautiful night here, about 69 degrees, the beginning of our Labor Day weekend, as hopefully the Blue Devils will try to fly high a little bit here, you know, put on their own air show, if you will, and get back into this one as they find themselves on the short end of the score 20-7 as we're about ready to start the third quarter.
E.J. Mester, Logan Ruskin, Nunzio Zibnaska back deep for the Devils. Chase Bonadio up in front of them. Devils get the ball back here, start the third quarter. 20-7, Lions lead.
Kickoff to open up tonight's second half.
Thank you, brother.
Back deep for the Blue Devils, number 8, Logan Ruffin, number 9, E.J. Mester, and number 11, Nunzio Zibnaska.
I have a feeling that your brother Scott is listening to us down below.
And we can hear him.
That's right. So Orange has made their way back out on the field. Teeing it up for the Lions will be number 42, the senior kicker, Tanner Tuig. Left-footed kicker. And we get a line drive that's going to come bouncing, bobbled around and falling on it for Wickliffe is number 22, Noah Dome, at the Wickliffe, looks like about the Wickliffe 26-yard line. So both teams now aware of the others' capabilities on the kickoff return aspect, as Wickliffe is set up 1st and 10 on their 26. As the quarterback, Mester, makes his way into the huddle. Final instruction from head coach Marsh Purcello as the Devils break the huddle. And the Lions stuffing the line of scrimmage. A quick hitter up the middle there as Jackson takes the handoff, gets over right guard out to about the 29-yard line. As a host of Lions were there. Looks like Henry Riggenbach was one of them.
You know, I was talking with Coach Sinor this week, and he's talking about getting a fast start and getting some points on the board because you've got a lot of guys, especially up front, going both ways.
Right.
And he kind of wanted to keep them as fresh as he possibly could, and so far, so good for the Lions as they're up 20-7.
So Feaster in the backfield for Jackson as they put back in motion as trying to get up the middle there was Mester, and I think there was a bobble on the snap as he was up under center. He gets ahead out to about the 32-yard line.
Big Henry Riggenbach was right there, though, to shut it down.
That he was, and it's going to set the Devils up with third. We're going to call it a long 5 as they've got snap. He falls on it.
Just awful.
And Mark, they've had, 2 plays in a row, trouble between the snap between the quarterback and center. They've had trouble with the direct snaps, as now this will put Wickliffe in a punting situation. It's going to be 4th and 3 at the 32. Going back deep is Eli Robinson. He's back at about his 34, as Ruskin is in punt formation back at his 20. The snap is back. High end over end kick. Robinson fields it at his 40. He's going to get basically brought down. A good pursuit there by Jimmy Feaster for the Blue Devils, as Robinson really didn't have much of a return at all.
And I'll tell you what, Frank, Feaster was down there quick, because that really was a line drive from Ruskin.
Yeah, you're right.
It really was. I mean, and he was able to virtually no return at all, which was really a good play by number 3 for the Blue Devils. And something they needed, they actually needed to move the ball, at least get a first down on that last series. Let's see how that plays out here as the third quarter, 9:38 to go left. They needed to do something that last drive, Frank.
1st and 10 from the 40, as the handoff on a misdirection there, as they get it to Russell Ty, as he on a trap back over left tackle. He gets maybe a gain of 2 out to about the 42-yard line.
I have a feeling we're going to see a heavy dose of the run here, don't you, partner, with 20-7.
Mark, you're probably right, as well as the fact that they're able to, they run this spread offense and they've been able to run out of it quite well. As, again, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Ford in the shotgun. Man moving early as they complete the pass to Robinson, who's got he had his hand in the face mask of the defender. So I think that's going to back it up, as Jake Beal was there, and it's going to be a face mask against Orange.
Personal foul face mask is the call against Orange.
So that'll back them up from the spot of the foul. So from about the 49, it was not enough for the first down. So this will back them up, I want to guess, down to about the 34. Well, they're still walking. No, yep, about the 35-yard line. So, and that, Mark, that's just not thinking, because, Robinson had made yardage as...
Yeah, should have just went out of bounds.
Right.
And he was out of bounds almost anyway, so...
So it's going to be 2nd and 15. They got to get to midfield. Ford looking out over. He's going to throw. He sets. He's got some pursuit there. He's going to try to keep it himself. And Jimmy Feaster's going to... No, he had him in the backfield. Ford's still on his feet. He gets a gain of about maybe a yard or 2. As therefore the Blue Devils on the pursuit, as Ford was able to keep on his feet and turn what would have been a loss into a positive play.
2-yard pickup on the play brings up 3rd down and 13 for Orange.
So it's going to be 3rd and 13. The ball at the 37. Orange, it's interesting. They basically, the wide receivers don't even go into the huddle. They just line up in their slot formation. Ford is in his shotgun. He's got one to his left. He looks like he's looking to throw. He's rolling to his right. He fires. He's got a guy wide open, and he's going to have the first down.
Wow.
Jacob DeSapita.
I'll tell you what, Ford was buying himself some time, which he did. Kind of thought he was going to be down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Was able to break out here to the near side and able to get it out.
And DeSapita was wide open. There was no one on him, and a gain of 13. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Orange, right, the ball just barely on the Wickliffe side of the 50. And again, all the wide receivers not even in the huddle. They basically just line up. As this time he's got 2 backs to either side of him. They operate out of a shotgun formation, almost like a T in the backfield. Snap is back. And Ford's going to keep it himself, probably like a run-pass option. He gets ahead for maybe 3 yards. Noah Dome brings him down. 6:50 to go here in the third. 20-7, the Lions thus far.
Sorry. Sorry.
Lions break the huddle. This time they've got 2 wide to the left side, 2 in the slot here on the right. Barnes in motion back to the slot as they give a handoff there, met at the line of scrimmage. That was Russell Ty, the sophomore, gets ahead for a couple.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Henry Riggenbach, number 12, senior offensive lineman, one of the 4 returning offensive linemen for the Lions this year, led the way there. Coach Senior couldn't say enough about the big guys up front here in the pre-game interview that we had down on the field with him. And when I spoke with him earlier in the week, he just loves those big guys up front. And they're proving to do the job here. This is an important third down.
That they are, Mark. You got to figure where they're at. This is 2-down territory as it's 3rd and 4 from the Wickliffe 44. And now we've got
timeout.
Oh, we've got
somebody moved.
Somebody moved. That's going to back the Lions up to about what'll be the 49-yard line. I didn't see anybody move, so maybe somebody must have flinched
or
illegal formation. But normally they call illegal formation after the snap. But in any case, that's going to benefit Wickliffe as it'll now be 3rd and 9. Still, I would say 2-down territories. They need to get to the Wickliffe 40-yard line.
And these are the kind of things that the Lions have done tonight at times when they look so good, and then they, just like the Blue Devils, end up doing penalties, shooting themselves in the foot, because they were really moving the ball well here. Let's see what Ford has up his sleeve on this play.
2 wide to the left side as well as to the right side. Ford looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he completes. As there on the Jacob De Cepeda
once again
pulls it in. As Beal brings him down, he's going to be a yard short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1 at the Wickliffe 41.
Ford was able to just take a couple of steps, set his feet, and just threw the ball to De Cepeda. Was able to almost get a first down. I actually thought they didn't give him a really great spot here, but it's a 4th and 1.
This time, the Lions, they bring 2 wide to the left. The same formation to the right. I'm going to guess it'll be Ford keeping it himself. Long count as he's got the running back Ty to his right. They're looking over.
Timeout.
They're looking over at the and their head coach calls timeout. So with 4:06 to go in the third quarter here at Wickliffe Memorial Field, your score is the Orange Lions 20 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7.
You know, Frank, in the first half, we saw as the Lions were marching down the field after, I believe, a fumble from Wickliffe or the punt, the fake punt that really didn't happen. They were moving down the field, and the Devils were able to stop them. They came to that 4th down, and Coach let the ball go down to that, ran the clock down, called that timeout, and they were able to score on the next play. So we'll see what happens here with that. But he's looking over that Blue Devil offense to see how they were lining up, and you could see he just walks right onto the field, and his players just look at him, and they know he's going to call that timeout.
Yep. So the Lions still on that sideline huddle with their head coach and offensive coordinator. This is one of those things where you only get so much time in a timeout. At some point, get the huddle clock running. And if you're not ready, it's a 5-yard penalty. I think
I heard him blow the whistle there about 10 seconds ago.
Right. So Orange quickly getting to the line of scrimmage. As now they've got Robinson in motion. De Cepeda in motion. Amir in motion, and that's going to back him up.
Boy, oh boy, that is just...
that's illegal motion. And I mean, there's a point where, how much you're going to be able to get away with it. So that should back them up 5. I think
they have too many guys moving.
It could be, and I think they outfoxed themselves, to be honest with you. So it's going to be 4th and 6, ball at the 46. Pivotal play here, folks. If Wickliffe can stop them and make something happen, they can get back into this thing. They've got to get to the 40. Look like they're in a passing formation. Long count. Ford now looking over to the sideline. At this rate, Mark, we could order a pizza from Petty's and have devoured half of it before. Now the quarterback is back. I'm going to guess it's a quick kick. It is. They snap it back to Ford. Nice kick. It's going to roll down. And the Lions are going to down the ball at the Wickliffe 9-yard line. So I was surprised with 4th and 6 that they didn't go for it. But
if they had to make it, they didn't want to give Wickliffe the ball there at the 45, 46-yard line. So coach called that quick kick.
So Wickliffe will take over 1st and 10, but deep in their own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. And if the first drive Wickliffe had the ball, they were moving. The second time they had the ball, they were moving till they had the bad snap over the that set them back. And again, bad snap. They get it to Zivnosko. He's breaking tackles. He's out over the 20. Still on his feet. I thought they had him down at the 20. He gets out to about the 35-yard line. Definitely bailed him out of a hole. As Barnes, number 6, was there to bring him down, but not before he got out to the 35. Clock rolling, 3:45 to go in the third. 20-7. Looks like the Blue Devils have a little bit of urgency going. Snap is back. Again, Zivnoska breaking tackles. Across the 40, across the 50. He's in open field. The 40. It's a foot race. He's going to get brought down. Good tackle there by number 27, Christian Tables. If he doesn't get him, he was gone. And nice run there as he gets down to the orange 31-yard line. And now we've got an official timeout on the field. Now what?
Injury.
Oh, we've got an injured Devil, and I think it's
Number 11,
Zivnoska.
Yeah. Nunzio, yeah.
I mean, he's up. He's got his helmet off.
Over here. Logan Ruskin.
Oh. Well, Zivnoska was also down, but Ruskin's down back.
I think he's just needing to stretch there, cramping up a little bit.
As they've got him up, and they'll get him over to the sideline.
He's the grandson of one of your classmates there, Frank, Cindy Veneri's grandson.
Oh.
Cindy Ruskin.
So as we get back at it, it'll be just about 3:29 to go in the third. Devils getting to the line quickly, as Ruskin will have to come out at least for one play. And this time they set up Beal now wide to the right side. Somebody quickly trying to get off the field. There should be a penalty against Orange. They had 12 men on the field. Zivnoska still running, brought down about the 22-yard line, but the
only person that saw it evidently was you.
Was
Frank.
me. I mean,
I did too.
I mean, he was trying to get off the field. Wickliffe snapped the ball, and our buddies, he
was not only offside, there was the 12th guy in the field, but
in the meantime, it was a gain of 9 as the ball is just at the 22. They got to get just shy of the 21 for a first down. As Beal stays in the game wide to the left side. Snap, it's going to be Mester keeping it himself. He's got the first down, and Moore still on his feet, breaking tackles down inside the 20, where there to bring him down was number 4, De Cepeda, and Eli Robinson. So new set of downs as Wickliffe has a nice drive. This drive started back on their own 9-yard line and has pretty much been Zivnoska. chewing up the yardage like crazy on this possession. See if the Devils could try to get back into it. They're down 13. A nice snap. Zivnoska again breaking tackles, and this time the Lions were waiting there for him, but not before he got down to about the 14, as Robinson in his pursuit was there to help bring him down. So just under 2 minutes to go here in the third. 2nd and 8. Wickliffe in the red zone at the Orange 15-yard line on a beautiful, beautiful start evening to Labor Day weekend, 67 degrees. Again, Zivnoska picking his hole as he got wide right and gets down close to the 10-yard line. They must have seen something as Riggenbach was there to bring him down. It'll be 3rd, and we're going to call it 4. And the Devils looked like they were making their way to the sideline as if there was a timeout called. Not so, as we definitely have 2 down territory, and they're winding the clock at this point. This has been the Zivnoska drive, if you will. See what Wickliffe dials up here with 3rd and 4. Jimmy Feaster in the pistol behind the quarterback, Mester. Looks like he's changing the play. The snap. Feaster's got it. He's got the first down. He's inside the 5. And they're going to get him down to about the 2. I think it's out about the 2-yard line. As Tables, number 27, were there to bring him down. They've spotted it at the 3-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for Wickliffe.
Wait, now though, no mistakes here.
Right.
Good snap,
This is
good
what
exchange.
you have to get in the end zone. As Feaster again driving those feet, and he's going to get a gain of about 1.
Boy, hit hard at the line.
Yep. He hit it hard, and they hit him hard over left guard. As Riggenbach, whose number we've called a few times here in the second half. Just under 30 seconds to go here in the third. Devils trying to get themselves back into this one. They've had much more sense of urgency on this possession. As Feaster stays, he's in the pistol behind Hester, and he's going to take it, drive it. He's near the goal line, and he's going to be just shy. And that'll probably do it for the third quarter, as they're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. And with that, that's going to end the...
And that's the end of tonight's third quarter. With your score, Orange 20 and Wickliffe 7.
And
So
that's it,
as we go into quarter number 4, it'll be the Devils finding themselves on the shy end of a 20-7 score, as the teams go to, and this is one of those you got to go the entire length of the field, because it'll be 3rd and goal from the Orange 1. Once again, if the plan will be to be back next Friday evening, as game number 4 of the beginning of a 4-game homestand for the Blue Devils. They will be hosting Crestwood here at Wickliffe Memorial Field, here from the campus of Wickliffe.
Wickliffe fans, we hope you plan to join us next Friday, September 8th. Here
Is your brother trying to read my mind? I just...
Welcome to the Red Devils of Crestwood High School. Once again, that will be a 7 p.m. kickoff next Friday, September 8th. Wickliffe hosting Crestwood, varsity football action.
You know, Frank, we were talking in the third quarter and how important it was for the Blue Devils to get a start. They did not. And then Orange was kind of up the field, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back with penalties and so forth. And I think that last series where the Lions didn't score ended up giving the ball back to the Blue Devils. We might look back on that here by the end of this game. That might have been a big, big series.
Could be, Mark.
If the Blue Devils end up scoring here.
So you got to figure Wickliffe has 2 downs to push it 3 feet into the end zone as they find themselves 3rd and goal. Jimmy Feaster's in the pistol behind Mester, who's up under center. He's probably going to take it, push it himself, and he does. He gets over the goal line for the Wickliffe Blue Devil touchdown.
Boy, nothing fancy there. Just called his own number right up the middle, up the left side, and he was able to get over just enough. And that back judge raised his arms in a touchdown. So we're going to see number 12, Eliza Wills, try to bring this within 6.
Hopefully they get a good snap back to Bobby. He can get it placed down. Snap is back. The kick is up. And it's right down Broadway. Make the score Orange 20 and Wickliffe 14. Here's your fight song. Well, Mark, the Devils now is when they're going to have to continue to dial up the defense, get the ball back. A whole quarter yet. I mean, took all of 3 seconds. They're within 6. As Orange not expecting anything deep, they're set up as, again, a squib kick is picked up and...
Boy, number 9 for
number 9, which was Jacob Bartko.
They were watching that.
They were ready, Mark. They picked it up, and if Wickliffe didn't get him down, he was gone. As now Orange is going to be set up in great shape at the Wickliffe 33-yard line.
I don't know, partner. What do you?
Mark,
I mean, I guess if it works, you look like a genius, but. You're giving him the ball back again on your own 30. I mean, he was
right.
He read that very, very well. Nobody was even near him.
Right.
We're lucky to actually bring him down. Kind of got to question that play maybe. We'll see what happens here.
Wickliffe showing blitz. Ford looking to throw. He's got a bit of pressure on him. Throws a little screen pass. Has run out of bounds there is Russell Ty, the sophomore. As Ruskin's back in the game, they knock him out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Yep, gain of 11, which is going to give them a new set of downs. And Mark, just when you fought tooth and nail to get back in it, now you're giving it. I mean they're basically on the threshold of the red zone. Spread set up. Ford on a delay. They hand it to Ty again, who breaks tackles and is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow.
For Orange, and in no time at all, Orange has come back to answer.
2 plays.
Yep.
After that onside kick that was, I mean, Wickliffe kind of just came out. They looked like they were in a huddle, and all of a sudden they came out, kicked the ball. Number 9 for the Lions.
A freshman.
Jacob Bartko was able enough to look at that thing and just, I think he was thinking end zone all the way. Fortunately, they were able to tackle him, but 2 plays later, 2 quick hitters, and the Lions are up ahead. Boy, you guys got to question that kickoff, especially when they had closed within 6 points.
Well, they're going for 2 here. They've got one in motion. Ford's going to keep it, and it looks like he's going to make it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So, with that,
I'm not seeing much of an effort there, partner.
Yeah, Mark,
Didn't see
that one
much of
hurt.
an effort.
That one hurt because you set them up deep in your own territory, and they were opportunistic. They took advantage of it, and it paid off for the Lions there. So 11:33 to go in this one, folks. The Devils find themselves now in a 14-point hole, 28-14.
Boy, I tell you what, they were within 6 points, like less than a minute ago, and now they're down by 14.
Yep. I was hoping that they would try to get it down deep, hold them, get the ball back, and see what they could do. But such is life. Back deep for Wickliffe, we've got Zivnaska on the near side, Ruskin and back at the 10, and E.J. Mester over on the far side at about the 15. Teeing it up there is number 42, Tanner Tuig, and basically a ground ball to the shortstop. Was picked up by Ruskin, basically acting like a shortstop, and gets it out over the 35 to about the 36, 37-yard line, where Amir Barnes brings him down, and the Blue Devils are going to have to.
I think it's kind of, well, I'm going to say score quick just yet, but there certainly should be a sense of urgency here
without
on the part
question,
of the Blue
Devils. Without question. So Wickliffe quickly out of the huddle, and they've got Ruskin wide to the left side, everybody else in the wing tee set. Zivnaska trying to get wide to the left side, breaking tackles out to about the 40. We're going to have this one probably come back as a flag comes in back at about the 37-yard line. And Mark, this is the first holding penalty called, I believe, all night. And this will back the Blue Devils up 10 yards as the flag's marked at about the 37. And not the way you want to start a drive when you're in a critical situation down by 14 with 11:21 to go in this one. It's going to take the ball all the way back to about the Wickliffe 26-yard line.
The downtown Willoughby.
Yeah, you're right. Downtown Willoughby. So it'll be 1st and 21. Blue Devils need to get out to the 47 for a first down. This time they're in a much spread setup. Mester looking to throw, and they set up on what they were going to try to have a screen pass, and it was knocked down there by the looks like number 74, Brandon Wong.
76 looks like he was awfully frustrated that he thought he
was going to pick it off.
I think he did, yeah.
And Mark, if he did, he was in the end zone because there was no one between him and the goal line. So second pass goes incomplete.
As Austin Thomas.
This time they've got Ruskin wide to the left side. And handoff and met in the backfield for a loss is number 55, Riggenbach, who basically shot right through.
Boy, Henry's been in the backfield, on tackles, pushing people around, pushing offensive linemen back. Just really has had a solid game here.
Unfortunately, Mark, this drive for Wickliffe has been moving the wrong way.
The wrong way.
As it's going to be 3rd and 25 at their own 22. As you got to figure that the Lions are going to be bringing the house on this one, knowing that Wickliffe's going to have to put it up in the air. Mester looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he looks fired long, and it was almost picked off there by Christian Tables at about the 42.
Tables was really upset too themselves because all he was doing is watching EJ's eyes. He was just looking exactly where to throw it.
He was playing center field.
And then it was almost a tip drill, and and once he didn't get it, almost Cameron Evans almost came up with it that time. But either way, it's an incomplete pass, and the Blue Devils are going to have to kick it away.
Robinson is back at midfield as Ruskin is going to be, he'll probably receive the snap back at about his 8-yard line. Snap is back. High end over end kick is going to come down, bounce, take a Wickliffe bounce and roll out of bounds just inside. Depends on where they spot it, and looks like it's going to be spotted right at midfield. So 10:20 to go in this one, and at the rate it's been going, the Lions are somewhat in control by a score of 28-14 here in this CVC non-conference matchup of these two old rivals of Orange High School and the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Lions break the huddle. Again, they spread things out. They've got a couple wide on the right side, one in the slot on either side. Ford waiting for the snap, gives the handoff to Ty, breaking tackles. He's got a first down and more. He's inside the 40. It's almost like the Devils, they don't really fully wrap him up. And he was able to break a couple tackles, get down to about the 30.
A lot of arm tackles there. A lot of arm tackles.
And you can't. You gotta wrap them up and bring them down. As
13 yards on the play. First and 10 Orange from the Wickliffe 37-yard line.
as it'll be a new set of downs at the Wickliffe 37. Ford not in any rush. The snap is back, and again they give it to Ty. And this time the Devils were waiting for him.
I think Ford was waiting. He wasn't sure how far that linebacker, that lineman was going to come up, because I think it took him a little bit to pull it back out or stuck it back into his belly.
I think you're right, Mark. And I think that's the first time that Wickliffe has actually stopped the Lions for no gain. They've got it marked 2nd and 10. We'll call it a short 10. The ball just shy of the 37. Wickliffe showing blitz based on their defensive formation, long count as they give it a tie, breaking tackles. He's got a first down and then some as he gets down close to the 20. And this time he was over left guard as they're winding the clock. We're just 9 minutes to go, and the Orange Lions about to enter the Wickliffe red zone once again as they're sitting with a 14-point lead, 28-14 here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Ford not in any hurry to get now this time everybody's in the huddle. And we've seen a number of times where the wide receivers do not even go into the huddle for Orange. As this time they set up what I'll call a full house backfield with Ford in the middle. They operate out of a shotgun. The snap is back. He's looking, he's rolling right, looking to throw, sets, fires, and in and out of the hands of Robinson, a little bit behind him there at about the 11-yard line, as Ruskin was there on the coverage.
You know what, I think he probably could have took off and ran on that one, but he saw that his receiver looked like he was wide open, but not the greatest throw. But either way, 8:19 to go, 28-14 Lions. And you almost, I don't know, Frank, 8:19 to go, you got to wonder, what are they throwing the ball for? Why wouldn't he just tuck it up and run and come down in bounds so the clock would keep running?
That's called logic, Mark. So 2nd and 10. They set up in a spread set once again. And they hand it to Ty, who breaks. Devils had him in the backfield, although he slips and falls at about the 20. And Jimmy Feast was up there to touch him to make sure he was down. We'll give it a gain of 1, as it'll be 3rd and 9 as the Lions are in that 2-down territory. As it'll be 3rd and 9, just under 8 minutes to go in this one. On a beautiful night, start of our Labor Day weekend here from Wickliffe Memorial Stadium at the campus of Wickliffe. Got to figure that Ford probably run some run-pass option. As I know they gave it to Ty, who goes over right guard, as Noah Dome brings him down just shy of the 15. So we'll see what the Lions do here on It's going to be, it'll be fourth and a short 5 or a long 4, depending on.
Watch the coach. See if he walks out onto the field here. Coach Senior.
No, you're right, Mark. And they've got a bit more of a spread set this time. Wickliffe showing blitz.
He'll run it here.
And there they go. They're looking over at the coach.
It's a check with me. A lot of check with me's.
I mean, the huddle clock's got to be getting down near 0. Snap is back. The ball's on the ground, and
Ford wasn't ready for it.
He wasn't ready for it, and that's one of those where you can outfox yourself. So the Blue Devils will take over on downs as the snap went back, hit Ford in the hands, and as Mark said, I don't think he was ready for it.
He was looking off to his left. And first of all, so the coach is over on his right, telling him to run the play. He gets back, looks over to his left, and then, as Frank was saying, the huddle clock has to have ran out.
Right.
That's just about that time was the center snapped it, and Ford just wasn't ready for it. First down, Blue Devils.
So break for Wickliffe. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. Orange showing blitz. Mester's on a keeper. Right side out over the right guard. As he goes ahead for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. As if Wickliffe wants to try to pull this one out, they need to get into that sense of urgency.
They need to use their speed is what they need to do here.
Exactly. As Mester looking to throw, rolls to his left, he fires long, and he completes it.
Is that Ruskin?
And it looks like Ruskin out at about the 34-yard line. It'll be good enough for a first down. The Devils need to, because they're going to wind the clock here at 5:59. As they quickly break the huddle. You may see, I'm going to guess you may see a steady diet of like an air show at this point. Although now it looks like Jackson is now the Mester looking to throw, rolling to his right. He sets, he fires, complete as run out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Once again was Logan Ruskin, who ran a very nice crossing pattern from left to right, and he was run out of bounds there by Eli Robinson. So they've got the ball marked at the Wickliffe 49. Clock is stopped with 5:30. Wickliffe needs 2 touchdowns and extra points to at least tie it. That's providing that they would be able to stop Orange in the meantime. This time they've got Ruskin out wide left, Bobby Plum wide to the right side. Mesker fires. Oh, in and out of the hands of Zivnoska, who was wide open at the 35-yard line. Falls incomplete. And this is one of these, Mark, where anything from here on out, it's got to be your A-plus game with the ball and then when you don't have the ball. So Mester, after getting the play from the sideline, again they set up what looks to be a passing situation. Mester rolling to his left under pressure and is going to be brought down. Good pursuit there by Gissentanner.
I'll tell you what, them big fellas,
they're quick.
They are quick. Those
they are
big
quick.
fellas between Gissentanner and Reichenbach.
So
this guys can move.
Loss of 4 on that one, so it's going to be third. I'm going to call it 14. They've got 13 up on the scoreboard, but Wickliffe better hurry up because the clock now is just under 5 minutes to play. You've got to score, get the ball back some way or another, and score again as you're down 14. Mester rolling to his right. He's looking in and out of the hands of Bobby Plum. And Mark, tonight, the Devils, I mean, it's been dropsies. I mean, Plum should have had that one. Zivnoska should have had the one a few plays prior to that. And then we had one earlier where Ruskin was wide open at the, I think just before the end of the half.
But he seems to be the one to have the hot hand anyway. I mean, to me, I just keep throwing at the number 8 until they stop him.
Well, you've got to, whatever you do in this one, it's 4th and 13. Whoever it is, better find themselves at least at the 40-yard line or further down of Orange, or the ball's going to go back into the hands of the Lions, because it's 4th and 13, and this here could be your ball game, folks. Mester under pressure is rolling to his right. He sets, he fires, and in and out of the hands as Robinson was looking to intercept it, but probably was wise to knock it down as they were looking for Bobby Plum down about the 30-yard line. And with 4:22, the ball goes over on downs to Orange. And Mark, as you said earlier, now's probably where you just keep it on the ground and do your best to run out the clock.
Well, they get a couple of first downs here, although the Blue Devils have all 3 of their timeouts.
Once again, Wickliffe will be home next Friday. Game number 4 and home game number 4, as they'll be entertained. Now we have a timeout taken by Orange.
Timeout, Orange. Lions, timeout.
So a big weekend going on sports-wise. Downtown, it looks like the good guys have taken the lead on Tampa Bay. It's I'm going to call it the Tribe 3 and Tampa Bay 2, top of the 8th inning. Be interesting to see what they do with as they've picked up a couple of guys off the waiver wires. They try to make a late season rush up against the Minnesota Twins. So we'll see what's going to happen here. 4:22 as it's 1st and 10. Orange at the Wickliffe 46. Long count. Snap. That's going to be Ford's going to keep it himself as he goes over right tackle. Gets down to about the 44-yard line. Gain of maybe 1.5 yards, clock winding as Quinn brings him down, and we're down to 4 minutes to go here in this ball game, and Orange sitting on a 28-14 lead here at Wickliffe Memorial Stadium on a beautiful night for football. Football night in America begins in zip code 44092. Ford operating out of a shotgun and a delay on an RPO, and keeping his feet going forward, maybe a gain of 1 yard, is the sophomore Ty once again. I don't think they're going to. As Ryan Quinn brings him down, maybe a gain of 1 yard. As Orange is doing their best to try to use up as much clock as possible. Devils, as Mark said, still have 3 timeouts remaining as they find themselves in a 14-point hole. Operating out of a shotgun, a bit more spread on this 3rd and 7. Ford looking to throw. He's got good pressure as he fires. He completes it, knocked out of bounds. Going to be shy of the first down. And that's Robinson there. As back in coverage for Wickliffe, number 10.
That's
Bonadio.
Chase Bonadio.
So set up the Lions 4th and 3 at the 39. They need to get to the 36. unless they try a quick kick, my guess is that they're going to do their best to try to
Run the clock out.
Get the first down and then run the clock out. Although Ford in the shotgun. Long count. And he's looking over to the sideline. And now I think he's going to take a step back. Mark looks like he's going to take it and quick kick it. Yes. As it kind of got blocked a little bit there, as Wickliffe is going to fall on it at about their own 30.
I'm just not sure what either team's doing here, Frank.
Well, Mark, this is one of these where at the end of the ball game, I think it's going to be whomever made the least number of faux pas is going to go home with the W. And as of right now, that looks to be the Orange Lions as we got 2:41 to go. Wickliffe has it at their 30. And never say never as Mester makes his way into the huddle. We got Ruskin wide to the right side. Mester looking to throw. He fires. He completes. And
I believe that was number 18, the sophomore.
As, completion there for a gain of maybe one to Gilbride out there on the left side. Feaster's back in the game. He's sitting to the right of Mester. Mester rolling to his right. He's got some pressure. He fires. Come in and out of the hands of Ruskin and Mark. Again, it's like they put the ball in the breadbasket, and most of the incompletions tonight have been dropped passes. So it's going to be 3rd and 9, 2:09 to go here in this one. Is now checking into the ball game for Wickliffe is number 22.
That's Noah Dome, and he's a tight end. So look for EJ to throw it to Noah. He's lining up on the left.
3rd and 9 from the 31.
He did want to go to a screen with him,
and
they blew
Mester,
it up.
They got good pursuit in there from the defensive line of Orange.
Noah Dome lined up on the left side, and as soon as the ball was snapped, took 2 steps back, and EJ was supposed to, I believe, throw a screen or a fake screen to him, and the Lions just blew it up, and now it's 4th down.
So it's going to be a loss of 2 on that one. It's going to be 4th and 11. Ball at the 29, clock running, just about a minute and a half to go in this one. Pressure, thrown incomplete, out at about the 45 as he was looking for Noah Dome. And the ball will go over on downs to Orange with about minute 16 to go as they're sitting on a 28-14 score. And my guess, Mark, is that they're just going to be happy to eat up this minute 16 and make their way back to the village of Orange with victory number 2 here on this 2023 campaign.
Well, they don't have to, talking about the Lions, they don't have to do much.
Right.
And it seems like they haven't done much here these last couple of series, either team.
Handoff to Ty, goes wide to the right side, is brought down inbounds, and gets a gain of about maybe 2 or 3. First of the 3 timeouts now taken by Wickliffe with 1:08 to go. We thank you for joining us here tonight on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. As once again, we want to make mention that We apologize for some of the technical difficulties we've experienced last week. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the game in at all, and we had a few challenges yet tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of it comes down to they've not been able to activate the high-speed Wi-Fi that we normally use for connecting to the YouTube channel and the Facebook Live channel. So we've been trying to make use of some alternative methods.
We're using our phones.
That's
okay?
right.
Let's just tell them. We're using our phones for the Wi-Fi.
Yep. We've got Frankie's hotspot, which is working its way to get you the signal tonight. All right, on Ford basically on a keeper, goes wide to the right side and saw a host of Devils and said, I'm just going to sit down, as looks like Wickliffe's going to take their second timeout, as we're now down to 58 seconds to go. And the Devils can stop it one more time. And,
I'm kind of puzzled why all of a sudden he takes these three. I mean, I thought at 5:36 they were going to start calling timeouts.
Well,
I guess you can't take them with you, so you might as well use them, right?
that's right. That's right. Not like you're going to have 6 timeouts next week. So Lions make their way back to the line of scrimmage after meeting with their head coach on the sideline. It'll be 3rd and 7 at the Wickliffe 26.
I'm just running around. I'm running back to the 50, to the 40, back to the 30, back to the 50.
It's going to be Ford calls his own number. He gets a head down to about the 20. Wickliffe takes their final timeout. It'll be with 51 seconds to go. That'll be their last timeout. This will set Orange up with a 4th and it'll be 4th and about 6.
I got nothing.
Well, Mark, this one of those where, just like the first game, Wickliffe had trouble figuring out the offense of Southeast and had some miscues that came back to haunt them. And much the same tonight. They did not have many answers for the Orange offense, and their own miscues added to, them being in the 14-point hole that we find them in tonight. I mean, they just didn't play well at all.
I really don't think, Coach Senor is really going to be totally satisfied with. They get the W, but I don't think I thought there was much of an effort there. I don't think there was much of an effort on the Blue Devils side here in the second half, to be honest with you.
Well, the snap, they give it to Ty, who's going to basically fight his way for a first down, as they're only stopping the clock to set the chains, but Wickliffe's out of timeouts. We're down to about 43 seconds, and my guess is at this point the Lions would be just happy to just go in the
victory formation.
The victory formation, and
that's exactly what they're doing.
We'll call it we'll call it a ball game, and the Lions want to get home and begin their Labor Day celebration, as they will go to 2-1, as this here should be the final play, as the snap comes to Ford. He kneels down, and that will do it. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us here tonight on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Unfortunately, the Devils will fall to a record of 1-2, as the final score tonight from Wickliffe Memorial Field is the Orange Lions 28 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 14. And we wish the Lions all the best going forward in the rest of the campaign here in 2023, as the teams make their way across the middle of the field to congratulate one another. And we want to thank all of you for joining us here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. So if you get a chance, if you're in town or around, make your way up Rockefeller Road. Check out the brand new campus of Wickliffe. For those of us that were in the old building, it is now a memory, folks, as it is completely down. But in any case, if you do get a chance, the new campus is wonderful. And with 1 week of school already in the books, thus far, there's been rave reviews from the people who have been involved with it. I want to thank my partner, Mark Tennant, from the class of 75. Thank you for joining us as we say goodnight from Wickliffe Memorial Field, where once again the final score as we kick off Labor Day weekend, the Orange Lions 28 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 14. Have a great weekend, everybody.